Hi. So today we will discuss JWT authentication in Node.js. So JWT tokens are really important, and these are very go through way of doing authentication, and this is also the traditional way to do that. So what is JWT? JWT is like JSON Web Tokens, and whether you are building a REST API or single page application, JWT can be the securest way of the handling of the data. So in this article, we will see what are the what are the steps here to implement a JWT. So we will discuss what is JWT, why it is used for the authentication, and its structure, and how we can implement this with the Node.js and Express. So here are some prerequisites, like you must be installed with the Node.js, and you know the basics of HTTP headers and JSON formatting, and some familiarity with the Express.js and JavaScript. So what exactly is JSON Web Tokens? So it is like a open standard RFC 7519, you can see here, and it is for securely transmitting information between two parties as a JSON object. This could be like two services as well, and this data is digitally signed using the secret HMAC or public private key pair, RSA or ECDSA. So here are some characteristics of these JSON Web Tokens. These are stateless, that means no server session storage, and these are very compact, like ideal for URLs or HTTP headers. And these are self-contained, stores information of user metadata in itself. And these are not encrypted by default, only signed with the data, which is readable but not trusted. So here are some types of JWTs. The first one is JSON Web Signature, and in this data is signed and readable but protected from the tampering. Another form is JSON Web Encryption. Data is encrypted and signed, unreadable without the key. So we will discuss what is authentication and authorization as well. So people get often confused between these, but these are different things. Authentication is like verifying who the user is, and example logging into the system with username and password, whereas authorization is determining what user can access. For example, a user can be accessing admin stuff or regular user stuff based upon that. And JWT handles both authentication as a user and authorization as well based upon the token claims. So why we need to use JWT for authentication? It offers few advantages over session or cookie based authentication. It is compact, it is cross-platform supported, and since it is JSON, it can be like cross-platform as well. This is scalable and stateless as we discussed, and secured sign. So here are some breakdown of the JWT. So a JWT token has a three parts, and it is separated by dots. The first one is header, then the payload, then the signature. Let's discuss about these. So header is typically consist of algorithm, what algorithm you are using, and type. It must be JWT. And basically algorithm used for signing. It could be like HS256, RS256, and type is like always JWT it will be. And it is encoded to base64 URL format. And let's discuss about the payload. The payload is basically the data it is containing, and the statement about an entity must be user or something. So for example, subject name, and these can be properties of that. So there are types of claim as well. For example, ISS, EXT, sub, or, and there is public, which avoids name conflict, should be an IAN registered. I don't know what it is, but you can figure it out. So there is private as well, in which custom claim agreed between parties. Parties could be like two services. And this is the payload in the base64 URL, how it looks like. And you should never put sensitive information in the payload. It is visible after base64 decoding. You can decode this. And the last part is signature. This is used to verify the token integrity, basically. And signature is the base64 URL encoded as well and appended to the form to the final token. So we will discuss how JWT works step by step. So first, user logs in with a valid credential, server returns with a JWT token with the signed with the secret. Then the client send a token with each request in the authorization header here. So that server validate that token using that secret, and it provides the access to the server or resources in the server. How we can implement this in with the Node.js? Basically, we need to uh, create a project. This is something directory creation. You can create a directory and do init.y. This will initialize a fresh Node.js project for you, and you can install these libraries: Express, JSON Web Token, and Mongoose. Mongoose is for the database, JSON Web Token is for JWT, and Express is the lightweight server for the Node.js. You must create a file, and it must be a Express server. You can initialize with the app equal to Express, and you are having a one endpoint, and this will listen to your server, and you can listen to this port. Very straightforward. Then you will have a login route to generate token. Here you are getting these information from the request and setting as the user, and basically you are using JWT sign for the user and with the secret, and you are putting in expiry for the 1 hour here, and basically you are sending the JSON to the response. In the response you are sending the token, and you can test with Postman or any tool which can be used for the testing of the endpoints. And you can have a middleware for the token verification. You can create a middleware like this verify token. In this it will check the header in the authorization header in the headers, and it will check if the header is not undefined. You basically split it out based upon this, and in the request.token you will assign the token, and next you can send a status 403 forbidden in that case if it is undefined. And you can protect your routes as well with this using this middleware. You can put it like here, basic Node.js stuff, basic endpoint with the Express.js. So you have the endpoint and you have the middleware, and you will validate before sending the response. And you can do JWT verify with the token and the secret you need to put into the .envs or something you shouldn't be doing here. And if there is error in the verification, you must send 403. It is not authorized, and else you can just send uh, the the success. And now your request will be only valid JWT token can access your endpoint. So what is token expiry and renewal? Always issue a token with the short expiration, for example 15 minutes or 1 hour. On expiry, send a refresh token, which would be a safe, and request to the server. The server checks the validity and reissue a token. And never reuse expired token. For the safe token renewal, please let me know in the comments. I'll create another session for that. How we can implement safe renewal so that if user is logged in, they do not have to like log it out, and token will be refreshed periodically without impacting the user login. And how we can verify a JWT. When the server receives a token, it decodes the header and payload and recomputes the signature using the stored secret, and compare the computed and the sent signature. If matched, the token is valid, otherwise not. So in the conclusion, JWT is stateless again and compact and scalable way of handling authentication, and it has header, payload, and signature. JWT are signed, not encrypted, ensuring integrity, not secrecy. With Node.js and Express, you can easily implement JWT like we saw here. So yeah, please let me know what else you wanna learn about. Yeah, thank you so much.